Okay. Hello, guys. Can you hear me now? I was able to see that some of you were not able to hear my voice. Okay, perfect. I think that okay. Okay, guys. Well, as I was saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just let me share my screen. Perfect. Share. Good. Now you should see my screen and you should hear me. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Looks like we had some troubles with my audio. Looks like some technical problems. We know we are technical people. This always happens. Don't worry, guys. We only lost 1 minute. It is not important. We have time. Well, as I was saying, guys, welcome to this second day about the certification week, cloud week, okay? About how can we use the tools or the capabilities that Microsoft has in Azure so that we can create better applications. You know that yesterday we checked about app services, right? App services, the first and one topic on the first day. Right now we are going to see two topics, okay? Two modules. Now you may be wondering, okay, what those modules are. Guys, the first one is functions, okay? Azure Functions. We need to understand what is a function, why we have functions, I don't know why are they used, and why we can use them to improve our solutions, okay? Then, well, this is the module number one, okay? The module number two is about storage. Number two, Azure Storage Account. You remember that yesterday I used a storage account to connect to an app service? Well, now we need to understand that if, I don't know, why we have these options instead of databases. Because maybe some of you are saying, okay, right now I'm using databases. What is the difference? I mean, what is the advantage? Why we have a database and why we have a storage account? Okay, well, let's start, guys. Please, well, you know, we have Aranza, my partner. So if you have questions about some specific topic, remember the way to ask good questions is to indicate in the question what is the topic of your problem, okay? Maybe, okay, about Azure Storage Account, what is an access tier? Something like that, indicating key words, key phrases, so that we can know what you're talking about. Okay, guys? That is the point, so that we can work perfectly. And, well, let's start. Well, module number two, functions. Guys, we are going to see the basics, the fundamentals, and also some practices about how can we create these technologies, okay? So, exactly, what is a function, guys? What do you know about functions in programming? I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, some of you may think, okay, a function, or similar to a method, or in some programming languages, the same thing. In other ones, we may have some differences, but, well, we all know what is a function, because that is the first level in programming. Maybe a function to concatenate two numbers, okay? Then 1 plus 1, and we have 11. That is the problem that we have when we are, I don't know, starting on programming. Instead of having the answer 2, we have 11. At least that was a problem that I had when I was learning. Exactly, guys. I can see that some of you, like Kaushal Jam, thank you, is giving us the answer. It is a reusable piece of code, okay? So, as an example, well, maybe method or function dot Python. I will use Python, guys, because it is the language that I don't know, that I use with also C#. If you use Java, PHP, that's okay. No problem. It is just a different programming language. So what happens, for instance, if I open this class and I create my first function? The example, something easy, something simple. For instance, right here, I will type it in, and maybe, I don't know, a function. Oh, get a minute. Methods. Method or function. Guys, the word depends on your on the language, okay? Add two numbers, okay? So it will be, I don't know, number A plus number B equals to, I don't know, number C equals to number A plus number B. Then, maybe some return. Return, please, then C. Okay? Now, this is a function. Yeah, this is a method, guys. What is the problem? That this may not be useful because it is really, really simple. Now, in Azure, it's exactly the same, guys. A function that we have locally, now we are going to take it to Azure, okay? Yes, is def, I'm sorry. I typed the method because, well, the Visual Studio was not recognized in Python, but when I noticed that it changed the color, well, I was able to change it to def so that it recognized the word, okay? Now, guys, how can we do exactly this, but in Azure, and why? Well, guys, what do you think? Is it correct to upload a small piece of code to an application service? Yes, it works. Yeah, of course it will work. But is it correct? Maybe not, guys, because you are going to use a lot of resources, because app services are there more to bigger things, okay? So we have something that is called Azure Function App, okay? Just let me go to Azure. Where is my Azure? I don't find it. Right here? No, another one. Right here. Okay. To know how to look for resources, guys, you just need to type in function. Function, and that's it. Then you will see something that is called Azure Function App, okay? Azure Function App. Now, just pay attention. Azure Function App is not a function. It is a box in which you will put your functions, okay? This one, Function App. It has like a lining for symbol, so it is really simple to recognize. Click it. And while this is open, let's try to draw, I don't know, the explanation, right? As we did yesterday with the slots and with feature flags. Perfect. And just let me go here. I will. Perfect. Now, remember, guys, it is just a box with another color, maybe this one. A box. And inside this function app, guys, this box, we put as many functions, well, according to the limits, according to our limits, of course, it is not infinite, as many functions, okay? But for instance, if this box is only for C# programming language, I mean, it will only accept C# functions, okay? If you choose Python, only Python. If you choose Java, only Java, okay? Now, guys, we have the function app, and inside, we put the functions. The function, method, the func, the reserved word that you wish, okay? Perfect. You know that it goes there. Let's create it. It didn't open, okay, no problem. Function app. Perfect, it is opening. Good. As you can see, right now I have a function, right? It is this one. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, the name. I know I created it as fast as I could just to, I don't know, to see if I had any, well, if Azure has had any updates, because Azure and Microsoft are updating the interface, are updating Azure continuously. So maybe if you try to create the same thing a couple of months later, the interface is different and you will have some issues, okay? But well, for now, it hasn't changed. Now, let's click Create. Okay, it is opening. And well, functions can be used. I don't know, you can have a function to store information. I mean, the function is triggered each time that you click a button in your applications. And well, that information is taken to the function. And then that function processes, converts the information, I don't know, to another format. And then it can store it to a database. That is an example of why we use functions instead of full applications in app services. Okay, guys? And well, we are saving money, we are saving resources, etc. You know, the subscription doesn't change. And resource group, the one that we are using, this one, Cloud Week, the name, guys, must be unique, okay? So let me try to imagine AC204 from AC204 function Cloud Week. Good. Can you see it? You can choose code and the code of your functions. As this is a Microsoft course, of course, the best option for us is Net. Net region is the US for me, not for you guys. You may have a better region, but for me, this is the one. Windows, that's okay. And consumption. Plan type, guys. What is that? Guys, consumption means to the way in which you will be built, okay? In which you will have your cost. If you use consumption, as this indicates, you will be built only for the time that your function is being executed, and that's it. If you execute your function 3 hours during the day, 3 hours will be your consumption and your bill, your bill and your billing account. Okay. Now, if you choose premium, that means that your function has more power and it can run continuously, almost forever. Okay, it doesn't have to stop continuously as in consumption. Of course, yeah, it is more expensive, but it offers more power. Or you can choose finally service plan, app service plan. Remember the plans that we saw yesterday? Well, you can have those resources from an app service being shared to a function. The best recommendation, guys. Meanwhile, you do not need to execute a function almost the whole day, is function, okay? It is cheaper and works. So create. Now, wait a minute, we created premium. Why? Because premium also offers more capabilities so that you can see, okay? Just let me come back to the basics and change to premium. Okay, wait a minute. Well, this is loading. Meanwhile, this image, can you see this, guys? Azure Functions can be connected to multiple resources, not only to databases. I mean, you want the functions to be connected to Twilio for SMS messages? I don't know, to an storage? Yes, your function can store information in storage accounts. Maybe you can send notifications. Each time that your function is executed, send a notification with the messaging and events technology to your applications, to your customers, to your security team, to your administrators, etc. Okay, got it. Just let me see if I can change it now. Yeah, perfect. Basics. And change to premium. Premium. And now again, create. And create. Remember, this will take like 1 minute. Meanwhile, we can wait, okay? And let's go here. Now, guys, in Azure, we have two tools that are really, really similar really similar to the cloud, to the cloud Azure Functions. What are these two things? Logic apps and web jobs. What is the only difference? Logic apps is designer first. I mean, it is interactive. You just drag it is like WordPress. Have you ever used WordPress? You know that you can drag the things, the buttons, the text, you can drag connections, etc., and then use it instead of programming, right? Well, Logic Apps is really similar. It actually is that. Is it better? No. I mean, it is a lot better to program, to programming, because you have more power, more options. Is it complete? Yes. You can do absolutely almost everything that you can imagine with logic apps. But of course, functions is even more powerful, okay? In web jobs, it is like a task being executed in the background. It is like a function, yes, but a small one. You don't have that power, you don't have those capabilities, but it also works, okay? This is part from another course, so guys, don't worry. We are not going to let you have some problems with these two services. Now, okay, let's see if my function is ready. Yeah, it's ready. Okay, can you see the menu, guys? Well, this menu is the same that all the services has. What is the only difference? Well, right here we are going to see one option that says functions. Where is that? Where is that option? Right here. Can you see it? Functions. Functions, app keys, app files, and proxies. Right here, we can create the functions. Remember, guys, we have the box, but the functions are not yet there. So we must create it. And how can we do this? Well, we have two options, created locally or created right here in Azure Portal. What is best? What is the best option? We don't have a best option. I mean, they are the same. All that matters is if you already have your function, I don't know, locally, well, you can take it right here to the cloud. Just import the function. Or if you say, no, I don't have absolutely nothing, I can create it right here. That's also available. So to do that, or before doing that, let's explore the, I don't know, the configuration. Okay, guys? Right here, settings, we go to configuration. What we have in configuration? We have the options, guys, that will affect or that will change the behavior of your code, okay? The first one, always on. Always on is only available if you are choosing app service plan. Remember, we choose premium. We are choosing premium. But if you had chosen app service plan, you must activate this always on. What happens if you do not activate it? Your function will be stopped. I mean, when your Azure, when detects that one service is not being used, it stops that service. Why? So that you can save your money. So that's a problem with functions, guys, because you do not know when your function will be required, will be triggered. So if you do not have this option available, your function will have a delay. I mean, the user may activate it, click a button right now, but the function will be ready in maybe, I don't know, maybe 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and that is a nightmare for, I don't know, for every user in the world, okay? So remember, activate this. There is no need to do that when using premium because, well, it is available at the moment. That's why it is premium. So you won't see it right here. But can you see? You can also require a certificate. I mean, your function requires the client that is going to use it to have a specific certificate. Well, you can just say require. And as you can see here, it says all requests must be authenticated through a client certificate. That improves the security. But if you say no need, there is no necessity, there is no need to do that, so ignore. Okay. Good. Application settings, the same, guys. Will you connect your function app to other resources, maybe with the storage accounts to be able to store information to databases? Right here, guys, remember, new application settings. Or I could see that some of you guys during the lab yesterday were using this connection string instead of application settings, okay? I could see it monitoring your labs. We can monitor your labs. So when we reach the lab session, you can just tell us, Alan, Jafet, Aranza, we are having some problems. Can you monitor my lab? We read your names and we check it. I saw that some of you were using connection strings instead of this one. So what is the difference? I'm pretty sure that you made this small mistake because of the name. I mean, the instruction says copy the connection string, and right here it says connection string. Yeah, guys, it's for the same, but right here in application settings is the correct place, okay? And well, right here you can see that it is to connect to the databases. Right now we haven't reached the databases module, so we are not going to use it. Cancel, perfect. Let's continue. Now, guys, the auto scaling. How can we scale, or how can we? I don't know. How can we? Okay, guys, I can see that some of you. Well, one of you is asking me to speak kind of slower. I'll try. I'll try not to speak this fast. I'm sorry, guys. You can tell me, and of course we can have an agreement. Okay. How can we scale the applications? Well, you cannot, okay? You cannot. It is automatically done. I mean, when the system detects that you need more power, this thing that you can see here, the scale controller, just let me pointer pen, this one. This says, okay, my power is not enough. I need to have more power, more resources. How can I do this? Creating instances, okay? So let's try to do it, or let me just show you where is that. We have auto scale right here. You know, almost all services in Azure have this option, auto scale up and out. So auto scale, and right here it says maximum burst, maximum instances, and up scale out, okay? So what is the minimum instances? Maybe 1. What is the maximum burst? What is the burst? Well, guys, remember that all things in Azure have this small symbol. So if you do not know what something means, you just need to put your mouse, to hover your mouse over this symbol, exclamation sign, and just read the description. And it says the limit or the number of instances to scale out, and that's it. Right now, you can see that we have 20. Can we improve it? Let's try. Yes, 35 instances. That is the limit because I don't have more money. I know my department is not allowing me to spend more. So 35 is my option. Good. Now, always ready instances. What is that? Always ready instances are the instances that will be working during the whole day, okay? So we can improve it. 5, 9, 20. Enforce a scale out limit. You can say yes. And now, what is my my limit of instances that should be ready always? Okay, I don't know, maybe 10, something like that. Right here, you specify your limits, your instances that will be working, and that's it. But you cannot say when you want another extra instance, guys. Okay, that is the thing. So we are going to say save. It will save the scale settings. The cost may change, of course, but no if the function is not used. Good. Then what? Maximum instances and the limit. Now, guys, let's see how can we create the functions, because right now I just explained how they work, why we have them, and why it could be a better idea instead of an app service, but I didn't show you how to create it. So to do that, guys, right here we have the option that says functions, okay? Functions right here. So click. Good. What we have, absolutely nothing. Can you see? No results, okay? So let's create the first function, and it is create. Right here, guys, right here we can choose the first one, okay? And then give me a second, please, to drink water. Okay, thank you. Let's explain something with the next slide, guys, okay, before coming back. These guys explore the development. Can you see that it says a function contains two important pieces, your code and the configuration. Your code, well, yeah, perfect, you know, this one. I mean, this is simple, but imagine that we have a function that connects to a database, that connects, I don't know, to a service, that sends notifications to cell phones, something like that, something complicated. This is the first part, the code. And also the configuration, what is that? I mean, what is it? Well, guys, let me create it. Right here. Can you see that it says, create a function? Where do you want to create it? Using Azure Portal, using Visual Studio Code. If you click, you will have the instructions and all the required things to do it, guys, okay? Can you see it? It says, please install these packages, please install these extensions, please do this. Or you want to use maybe any editor like Sublime, like Atom. They are really, really good, guys. We are not going to talk bad things about them because they are perfect. But of course, we recommend Visual Studio Code always, okay? Right now, we are going to use these two options. The first one, the portal. Good. Now, guys, it says select a template. Why a template? Because, guys, it is not the same a function that is triggered when a user uploads information or a function that is triggered each day, a function that is triggered maybe each hour, a function that is triggered maybe when, I don't know what can happen, when detects that an error is occurring in another application. They are different triggers, different situations that will detonate the function. And right here, we have all of them, okay? First one, HTTP trigger. What can you imagine with that HTTP trigger? Sounds like an HTTP request, right? Yeah, we have the description, and it says, a function that will be run whenever it receives a request. Ah, okay. So an example could be, each time that I click here, feedback, each time that I click this button, click, just sending a post or get HTTP request. Okay, guys, if this stores information, that is post. If this retrieves information, that is get. So this is an HTTP request, right? Automatically, this, when I say enter, would be triggering this kind of function, and that's it. Now, we have also timer trigger. It says a function that will be run on a specified schedule. What is that? I don't know. Let's imagine that, no, I don't want to do this. I want to ask for feedback every week. So you will say, every week, I mean, week, all of them. Okay? They, maybe on Mondays. Only Mondays, okay? Wait, I'm sorry, guys. Mondays. Month, all the months. Okay, this asterisk indicates everything. So this is the way, guys, in which you will indicate your trigger time. It works indicating seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, and years. Okay, and with that, you have absolutely, but all the possible dates in the world. What else we have? I don't know. Let's go back. Azure Cosmos DB, a function that will be run whenever documents change. What happens if your function detects that some information is changing in your databases? Okay. If it detects that you have a change or that you have something that is out of the plan, okay, you can have a function that says, no, I need to notify to the administrators, I need to send an email, I need to open a support ticket, I need to do whatever I can imagine, okay? And we have, well, guys, multiple options. I think that the simplest one Well, this one, HTTP. So let's choose it. Scroll down. It says new function. What is the name of the function? Well, guys, the name, maybe my first HTTP, function. Authorization level. What is that? Let's read the help, okay? And it says controls whether the function requires a key. Controls if your function requires authorizations to be used, okay? Because yes, guys, we can have functions that we may say, no, I don't want that the junior engineers use it because it is dangerous. They don't have the experience. I don't want that someone that, okay, they may be juniors, they authorize, but they are not for my department. So I don't want other people out of my team to have this subscription key. And of course, they may cause a problem. So if you want to implement security, function and admin, guys, those ones require permissions. If you don't care about it, anonymous. Anonymous, everyone in the world can use it, okay? So this is our option for the practices. Then create. Okay, it will take a minute, maybe 30 seconds, and it will display, it will show the code and the configuration, the things in my slide that I want to show you, okay? Good. Now, guys, this is the pain for the function. Can you see it? This is the name of the function, indicating the kind of service, a function. It is enabled. Right here it says disable to disable it, but it is enabled. We have the URL. I mean, you want to test if this works. Right here you can get the URL to call the function. And well, the total execution account. Right here you can see, I don't know how many times your function was executed, etc. In the section developer, you have four things: code, integration, monitor, and function keys. Remember right here what we say that it is? The codes, the subscriptions, or the authorization. The important part here, guys, is monitor and code test. Okay, why? Because code test is there where you need to modify your function, your code. Okay, so let's open it. Okay, guys, wait a minute. Remember, questions, doubts, something, I don't know, recommendation of movies. You can let Aranza know in the question and answers chat, okay? Good. This is the code, guys. You may say, I didn't type in that code. No, guys, it is automatically created, of course. You won't have an empty function. Because empty functions, well, they may be difficult, okay, to understand. But reading the default code, we can understand what it means. This is saying, please, I'm trying to receive something or a variable with the name, with that name, okay? And then, well, if it is not empty, I will return this message. Hello, this was executed, and you are, hello Jafet, hello Aranza, hello, I don't know, Deepak, etc. Okay? Now, can we modify it? Of course. Right here, I can say, I don't know, maybe, what else? What could be? I don't know, modifying my function to receive a list, and then process it, and then process it, I don't know, maybe to store in my database. Okay, and that's it. Right here, you can implement that. And can you see what is the hierarchy, guys? We have. Can you see this? This path. See, it is a path. We have the name of the function app. We have the name of the function, and then we have the file run. What is that? Run is the name of the file that has your code. This one. Where is my mouse? This one. Open it. Open. This one, guys. Your code. Now, where is this? The configuration. Okay, guys. You just need to change it. Okay. You need to come here. You click the drop-down list and you go to functions.json. Your unsafe edits will be discarded. Yes, I don't want to save my changes. Never mind. I say yes, and that's it, guys. This is the configuration. This part, okay? So let's go to explain it. What is it, guys? I mean, all functions have something that is called triggers and bindings, okay? Triggers and bindings. Where is it? Right here. Direction in, direction out. The directions are the bindings. What is that? In simple words or in old words, it is just the parameters, okay? So it is like having this function add to numbers, and right here say A, I will receive A, and I will receive B. Right here, I'm having input bindings from direction in. Okay, why? Because they are coming to my functions. And I have a binding of direction out because this is going out, okay? Right here, instead of return, I may say database.store, and I don't know, and store this. Store this value in my database. Of course, a database works maybe with columns. So you may to create a JSON. So my info to store equals to a JSON. And right here, I don't know, an A or ID, in the case that you have an ID, equals to whatever, name, value, and right here, C, the letter C. And instead of storing C, you will store my info to store. And that's it, guys. This is how it works. Binding in, binding out, okay? And you have it right here. And right here, okay? And can you see that it is separated by these braces? It separates the in from the out. Now, where is the trigger? The trigger, guys, is a type. Type indicates this is an HTTP triggers of the kind anonymous, and that's it. And as it is HTTP, it works with GET and it works with POST. Okay, you can modify it and just say no, I don't need POST. I only need GET, and that also works. And they are an option. It is not mandatory to have input or output bindings. Okay, so it is not mandatory. What else we have, guys? The direction, perfect. Okay, these are examples, guys. I mean, the examples in code. Can you see it? You may say, and what is that? I mean, I don't understand it. Well, the ones that code with C#, you may say, yeah, it is really simple. But for those ones who don't, guys, don't worry. We can explain it. Can you see that this is a function? This is a method. This says something simple. Yeah, of course. Then it is receiving something. Yeah. It is receiving this. And it is returning something else. Follows the rules for a function in Azure? Yes. It receives something and then it does something, and that's it. What is it doing? It is looks like it is returning information, maybe to our Cosmos DB. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it has partition key. Partition key is a word that we use in Cosmos DB. So this is storing information in Cosmos. This is a JavaScript example. It is receiving this function. Is receiving this context and order. Then what? Then it is creating an ID and adding to the context, and that's it. Okay. This is another example, and that's it, guys. Now, how can we create this, but using my own tools, using my how can I say this? Using my computer instead of using the portal. Okay. Well, guys, to do that, you need to install first some things. Okay, let's do it. I will use Visual Studio. Right here, I will say, please create a new folder for the practice, guys. Right here, what we have, new folder, and the name could be my function in Azure. Select folder. It will be open. Do you want to save the changes? No. Perfect. Can you see that it is empty, guys? We need it to be empty? No, not mandatorily, but of course it is a good advice or recommendations to have an order. But it works even if you have a code, guys. If you have files right here, you can use that. How can I say this? You can use that folder with information to create functions. Okay, so it doesn't have to be empty. Now, step by step, what is the first thing that we need? Do you remember that I told you to follow the guides, guy? So I will close this. Your save changes will be discarded. Okay. Create new function, but this time created locally. Develop environment. We choose my code, Visual Studio Code, and it says, please, before you get started, you should install Visual Studio. Of course, it is the first thing. Do you have it? I have it. So never mind. Then you should install Node.js. Node.js, guys, it is an alternative to install core tools, okay? But you can come to your browser and say, Azure core tools install. Work with Azure Function core tools, okay? You open it in another tab. And it says prerequisites, core tool versions. Guys, we have 4 versions, okay? According to the documentations that you are reading, please choose the correct core tools, because if I choose version 2 for syntaxes or for processes, from version 4, it won't work. Trust me, I had passed for that mistake. I didn't notice that I had a wrong version and it never worked. Okay, so version 3 and 4 are the recommended options because, well, they are more suitable, okay? They are better. Now, guys, what is next? Well, just install it, either in Windows, MacOS, or Linux, okay? Just follow the guides. You see it in Linux, execute these commands. In Windows, download this executable and say run. In macOS, I have never used macOS, but if you use, well, you know that macOS has something that is called the brew command. Well, you can use it, okay? Perfect. I think that I already have it, so I won't do it. Then it says, create a project, create a function, and run. Okay, how can we do that? We come here, guys. Please pay attention, guys. A recommendation for you, always use extensions. I mean, it is not mandatory, but it fixes or it makes easier the processes. Right here in Visual Studio Code, in the left pane, well, the ones that use Visual Studio Code, you know that we have a section that is called extensions, okay? This one. Extensions. That works to install, uninstall, update your extensions for your applications, for your programming languages, for your framework. Now, what are the ones that you should install to be able to work with functions? Well, guys, just let me wait for this to finish loading. And it says installed, okay? Right here, recommended, and this one's installed. The one that you must install, guys, is three things. This one, Azure account, okay? This one that you can see, it says a common sign-in and subscription management extension. Using this, you can sign up to your subscriptions, to your account, modify the subscription, modify the configuration, etc. Okay, that is the first one. Then, where is it? Azure Functions, this one. Azure Functions, installing Azure Functions, you will be able to create and modify the functions directly from your computer. And finally, you will need, where is it? Let me find it, this one, guys. Azure Resources, okay? With Azure Resources, you will be able to create all the resources in Azure. I mean, you need a database, you can create it. You need a Kubernetes service, you can create it. You need an IRM template, you can create it, okay? So with these three, that's it. It will be a lot easier. Then, well, you can see that I have a lot of them. I mean, because I work with multiple resources, but only these three are necessary. Then, guys, when you install it, you will see this symbol right here in the pane, in the menu of Azure Visual Studio Code, that it is called Azure, okay? So what happens if I click Azure? This will load a lot of options. The first one, cache memory, resources, workspaces, help, consumption from logic apps, integration, and multiple things that that it detects on your installed extensions. Right now, we need this one, resources and workspace. Let's wait a minute, guys, okay? For this to finish. Okay, remember, after this hour, guys, we have the third module, which is storage accounts. And then in, well, almost 2 hours, we will have the labs, okay? Yesterday, you were able to finish the lab. At first, we had some problems, but it was solved. And I could see in the monitoring section that, well, most of you were able to finish the lab. Today, we are going to have all that session with the lab number 3. So that you know that we will be there for you and for you to finish, okay? Okay, this is taking a lot. It looks like my program is embarrassing me. Just let me see what's happening. I can just leave it. Got it. Okay, while we wait, guys, never mind. Let's explain the slides. Now, guys, well, this is the practice that we are doing. Now, if you ask, how can you know where is the documentation to connect functions to resources? I mean, because it is a good question. I mean, I know that we can, but how? I mean, how can I connect maybe my function to a Cosmos DB database? Well, right here we have the documentation. This link, guys, okay? I pass it to the chat, to the question section for you to check, because it has all the guides to connect to all the resources, okay? Where is the chat? Right here. Create a question. Create question. And right here, link. Guys, save to inbox, and paste the link. Send to all. Okay, got it, guys? You have it there. Now, guys, scroll down. Can you see it? It says add bindings or parameters based on examples. And right here you have what is the language that you want to use: C#, Java, JavaScript, PowerShell, or Python. And then you have the name of the resources. I mean, maybe you want something for service bus, integration of technologies. You just need to say, please, I need to know how can I send information. Well, you click the output link. And right here you will have your examples and explanations. And that's it, easy peasy, okay? Is this finished yet? No. Okay. I shall shift again. Remember, it is in the question with the name link to guide, okay, guys, so that you can save it for later. Looks like it is having some problems. Just let me close my Visual Studio, reopen it. Visual Studio Code. We're about to finish, guys. This is the last part, don't worry. And then we will have a small break again so that you can, I don't know, go for a cup of coffee, and that's it, okay? We will finish with the first, well, the module number 2. Then we come to finish the class. Remember, guys, that if you want the full course, because this is just like a sample, well, you can hire Microsoft, and Microsoft will give you the full week in which we will have multiple examples. You also will have the examples, and we will have time to do absolutely all the labs, okay? Okay, finally. Last attempt. If not, I can give you the break in which while we wait for this to load, and then when it is ready, we can come to finish it, okay? Okay, looks like it is having some problems, guys. Don't worry. Let's take the break, okay? Let's go to the break, and we can come to finish this. I share my timer again as yesterday so that you can know, I don't know how much time we have remaining, and well, you can see when we will start again, okay? I will give you 10 minutes. 10 minutes, guys. And where is it? Right here. Okay, guys, see you in 10 minutes. I'll be here. Okay, guys, we're back now. And do you know what? Finally, my Visual Studio code is ready. Can you see? Now it is not loading. It is taking the information, the different menus that we have. Okay. So to create a function right here, what we do? First thing, you will see that we have a part that says workspace right here, workspace. Well, right here we have a plus sign that says add. Add what? Add a function or add the most common function, that is HTTP. Let's say let's add a function. Then we have a message that says, you want to create a project in this folder? Yes, I want to. Then what? Then some small windows will be appearing, okay? Some input information like the one that you can see there. And it says, choose a language. You have multiple languages. C#. Then what? Then the name, maybe the kind of function, the template is another thing that will appear. Net 6. Could you see that we have net 7, 4, 3, depending on the ones that you have installed on your computer. If you don't see something, guys, you need to install it, of course, the SDK. Then what? The kind of function, this one. A name, my function created locally, enter. The namespace, guys, it may be any namespace, but well, this actually works. A kind of function, of course. And right there, well, down here, it says creating the project, creating the function, okay? Automatically, all the code and all the files that are needed will be, I don't know, will be created, okay? Now, when this is ready, what is next? Test it, of course, guys. Test it. We need to test the functions. How can we test the functions? Well, just by clicking F5 or run.net run, something like that, okay? This is creating the project. Wait a minute. This card changes because, well, this was the last part of the presentation. We already finished with this module. What is the next module? Azure Storage Accounts, but not until we finish this, okay? Good, remember, questions, let Aranza know, right here in the chat. She will be helping you guys. The project, to verify that something is being created, guys, you can come to, I don't know, to the files explorer, and you can see that I didn't have this. I mean, it was empty. Why I have something? Well, because it is creating file by file, folder by folder, configuration, the config file, and also the code file, okay? You can see that it already created multiple things, and this says step 3 of 3. Okay. Now, to upload, guys, to upload the function when it is ready, what we do? We do this one. We click upload, and that's it. One button. Okay, guys? So this is the function. Can you see it? It is the same one, guys. I mean, it says name, please pass me your name. If I execute it with a 5, what would happen? Well, the thing is that it only will trigger the function. I mean, I will have an answer in my browser, okay? Okay, I go to Azure. Then what? Then right here, can you see in the workspace, guys? I have like a symbol indicating cloud, and it says deploy. So you just say deploy to function app, the one that we have in Azure. And we need to follow the steps. It is not another thing than just choosing the subscription, choosing the name of the function app that we have. If we don't have a function app, this will indicate an error that says you don't have absolutely nothing there so that I can upload my code. So please create one first, okay? And what is the best way to create a function? Well, of course, in Azure Portal or using this section, resources, okay? Can you see it? It is detecting my function, but let's assume that we don't have absolutely no function apps, okay? What we do, we click escape. Right here in resources, we say add, create a resource. What kind of resource you want to create? Automatically detects that this is the best option. You just click it, provide a name, provide a region, provide a premium consumption or app service plan, and that's it, guys, okay? And well, guys, this is it. I don't know, we finished with the presentation. This is a lab. Actually, you will be doing it also as homework. It is not for the day. But trust me, the lab is even more completed. You will learn more capabilities, more options, and you will test a real function working as an API, not only as a demonstration of how to create it. So the recommendation is please do and finish the lab number 2, okay? So, well, guys, what can we do is just continue, okay? I will start the processes. Perfect. And let's start with the module number 3 because we are running out of time. This one, develop solutions that work with storage. Remember that I told you what is the difference between Azure Storage Account and a normal database? This is not a database, guys. This is just a place in which you can put all the information for your environments, for your companies. I mean, you have files that needs to be shared across multiple departments. This is the best option. You need the images that need to be loaded from to applications. Not the best option. You can do it storing the links of the images in databases. But if you want to store directly the images, okay, this is your option. You want to store NoSQL information, this is your option, okay, guys? So remember that, it is NoSQL. Now, just let me go to Azure Portal. Close. Perfect. Good. The storage accounts. Right here, we are going to look for storage account. Storage account. Okay, just let me. No. Okay. Right here. I already have it right here, guys. When you open your Azure account, I mean, it will be empty. I can just click it or if not. Remember, you can type in the name right here, and you will see this storage account symbol. Okay? So I will open it. And what is the thing that we have first? Of course, the menu to create. It will ask a couple of things. This is maybe the simplest resource in Azure to create because it doesn't require many options, many capabilities, and many information. I mean, you will have to put your name between 3 and 24 characters right now, okay? Unless this is updated, that is the number of things that you need to use. Can you see the names? They have between 3 and 24 characters. Now, create. when we do a create, it will ask the name, and that's it. Okay, it is loading, guys. Remember about this, your questions, asks for links, asks for tutorials that we have from Microsoft. I mean, we can pass it to you if you ask for them. If you want something in specific, we can look for it and give it to you. Okay, guys? Project details, subscription, resource group, name, region, and performance. Okay? Performance. Why we have a standard and why we have premium? You know that our computers may be HDD or SDD. What is the difference? Solid disk or hard disk? What is the difference? Solid SSD is a lot faster, SSD. The H1, it is kind of slow. It requires more time to load things. Okay? So that is the only difference. The standard is that, and this one is faster. Processes more, well, quicker your information, okay? So let's provide a name. My Cloud Week storage account. Is that correct? I don't know. This will tell me. This will indicate if this is correct or not, okay? Okay, I need to close this one. Perfect. Now, a standard or premium? A standard. Standard is enough. I mean, I don't want to have these options, this extra cost, okay? Then, redundancy. Let's explain something before continuing, guys. Can you see this? Storage accounts have all this information. Queues, tables, files, or blocks. All of these options are different modules of this course. Right now, we are going to see blobs. Blobs is no SQL information, no structured information. I mean, you can upload whatever you wish in the format that whatever you want, okay? There is no rules about how to upload it. So no SQL. No SQL, like images, videos, photographs, etc. No SQL. Now, among the options, or between the options in NoSQL, we also have block blobs, page blobs, etc. What is the difference, guys? Block, right here, just let me show you. Right here. If you choose premium, guys, can you see it? Page blobs, file shares, or block blobs. And it has a little description. Block blobs is best to store logs of your application. If you choose, I don't know, maybe page blobs, it is better to store media files, images, etc. Okay? And if you, I don't know, want to use, I don't know, like disks from virtual machines, also, this one is your best option, okay? And this is how it works. You create a file. I mean, you know it from yesterday because you created the folder, the container images, and inside you uploaded some images for the applications, okay? This is how it works. First thing to create, the storage account, the container, finally the blob. Right here. Just let me say create, standard, and I want it to be locally redundant, and review. Running final validation, and create. Okay, good. While we wait for this to be created, it is quick. Let's talk about the redundancy levels, okay, guys? Redundancy levels. What is that? Just let me open a link. Open a link. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What is it? Okay, it is in the next slides. No problem. So let's go there and explain the description, okay, and the redundancy options. This one. And this is the link. Good. Now, guys, if you notice, I selected locally redundant. What do you imagine when you hear the word locally? That is in a single place, right? In your towns, in your cities, maybe. Yes, guys, it's related to that. The information that we have in storage accounts can have multiple copies. I mean, you can have, I don't know, yes, my information is important. It is from my users. So I need to have copies in the case that something happens to the server that has my information. The first option is locally redundant storage, okay? Can you see this image? It says, in the same data center, you will have 3 copies of your information. I mean, I selected locally redundant storage. So right now, this will be split, will be taken to 3 copies, but in the same storage account, in the same data center. Is it a problem? Only maybe for outages, for energy problems, for thunderstorm, for hurricanes, something like that can destroy a data center. So what can we do in these situations? We have some redundant storage, okay? Okay. Can you see this? You have your information stored in 3 copies, yes, but in 3 data centers. Okay? Okay, so if this data center goes wrong, is destroyed, a civil war happens, or whatever, these 2 can take the responsibility for the application. Good option, guys. Now, what happens if a meteor or something really big destroys the city, destroys the region, East US, okay? Can you see this? Primary region, well, East US doesn't exist anymore, okay? Well, you can choose geo-redundant storage. You have 6 copies of your information, but in 2 data centers and in 2 different regions. This could be East US, and this one West US or North US. East Canada, South Canada, East China, North China. Brazil, I think that Brazil is the only one that has the region really far. One located in the US, in the United States, and the other one in Brazil. Okay, the other ones have the rule to separate the data centers 300 miles. That is far, so it is enough to avoid disasters, okay? So this is the redundancy, where you have your copies of your information. This account and this container. Good. Can you see that I have automatically 1 container created? Well, it is automatically created. We are going to create a new container in a minute. Slides. Perfect. Now, guys, let's create the storage account. Let's upload images. Let's upload something, and let's play with the different options that we have. Right here, what is the first thing that we need? Container. New container. The folder, remember the folder, guys. Name. I don't know, I want the name to be called My Files. My Files for my app. Something like that. Now, public access. I mean, is it private or is it public? Okay, these names. The recommended options will always be make your things private. Why do you want it public? Maybe because that is the idea of the project, but if not, always private, guys, okay? It is security. Then you can advance check the advanced settings. For instance, the encryption, or enable the multi-level immutability. But if you do not apply this, no problem, it is not necessary, okay? So create. And it is right here. Then what? Then click. I try to zoom in, guys. Right here we have the word container, okay? Diagnose problems, accessibilities, share tokens, etc. I will upload something, guys, to this folder. Upload. Maybe let me see what files do I have in my computer. If I go to downloads, no, perfect. Well, I will create just a file, document text, my file, with the word hello. I think that hello will be enough. Hello world, save the changes, close the file, and right here, upload. So it is this one, my file. Open, upload. Now, guys, what happens if the file is corrupted, the file is not correct? I mean, it is the wrong file and we cannot upload it. Right here, you will see the logs. Instead of this check mark, you will see like a wrong symbol indicating what is the problem. Right there, you can read it and see why you cannot upload things, okay? So for now, close. Now, how can I give access someone else? How can I give someone else access to this file? Two ways, guys. If the person is an employee from my team, it is a partner, and they require access to Azure to see directly the file from my Azure portal from their accounts, you can come here. Access control, identity access management. Okay, no, it doesn't mean who I am. No, it is identity access management. So if I click it, and all the resources in Azure have this option, guys, not only storage accounts, okay? It says check access, role assignments, roles, denied assignments, classic administrators, etc. So if you click view my access, okay, what we have this menu. Can you see? It says, Jafet, you are the owner, okay? You are the owner of this account. Well, not me. The account that you are using right now is the owner. That's it. That is the definition, okay? It has these roles. Owner, description, it is God, okay? You are God. You can do absolutely everything on this resource. And you have user access administrator. There is no need to add more assignments, guys, if you are the owners. I did this only to practice. So, close. And you may be thinking, okay, how can I give access to someone else? Add, guys, right here, add role assignment. And you will see all the different permissions that Azure has, okay? Can you see it? A lot of them. I mean, organized from the most powerful owner to the least powerful. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, wait a minute. I click back. Just let me do it again. Add assignment, please. This one. Okay, organize. Again, I think. No. Organize from the powerful to the, I don't know, to the reader or to something like that, okay? Can you see it? And we have like 50 of them. The last one is virtual machine contributor, the person that can create, modify, or delete virtual machines. And that's it. Doesn't have access absolutely to nothing else. Now, guys, for instance, let's assume that I want to give access to my partner, Aranza, okay? Aranza, I trust you, but I don't want you to be able to modify permissions. So maybe a contributor, what does it say? Grants full access to the resources, but doesn't allow to assign roles. I mean, Aranza won't be able to give permission to someone else that is not me, okay? This is a good role. So I selected next. Then, to whom select members. Right here says select members. And I will type in the email, Aranza's email, okay? So I will say Aranza Medina, at Microsoft.com, something like that. This email is not real, guys. It doesn't exist. I'm not going to use it, the real one. But when you find it, guys, you are going to select it, okay? And then select, and then review and assign. And assign, and that's it. Aranza will receive a notification in their email indicating, okay, you were invited to be a contributor over this resource, guys, over this resource. Only this one, not all Azure, okay? It's only this resource. Good. That is the first way to give someone access. What is the second option? With an access policy, guys, okay? So just let me come to the container interface. Containers. This one, guys. Can you see it? It is right here, the container. So I will enter. I mean, I could also do it from the containers, but I want to try to give access to a specific file. But you can give access to containers or to storage accounts, guys. Okay? The scope is different, but you can do it. This is the file that I just uploaded, right? Now, we have right here in this ellipsis the option that says generate SAS. What is SAS, guys? It means shared access signature. Shared access signature. Access. That means that it will give access, okay? Click. And we will have the pane for their permissions, okay? Indicating, okay, what kind of permissions over this resource you want to implement. Maybe you want to implement, right here, guys, permissions, read, for this person to be able to check what it says. But maybe if this person requires, I don't know, she requires, she requires write, delete, create, permanent delete, because it's not the same, guys, delete. It will put it in soft delete, then permanent delete, okay? Create tags, immutable storage, add, whatever. Okay, when you choose your different permissions, let's assume that she wants absolutely everything. What else? It says start and expire time. I mean, starting when? Starting maybe yesterday. Okay, from yesterday, I mean, it is impossible to travel to travel in time. So, well, maybe, yeah, you can, but maybe today, okay? But the recommendation, guys, always 20 minutes before to the current time. Why? Because what happens if the server is not correct? The server or their computer, it is some seconds or 1 minute different. They won't be able to see the correct permission. So I will say, that's why, can you see it? It is 2 minutes before. If you see my clock in my computer, it is 2 minutes in the future. That's why it works like this. Perfect. Now, what country, what city, the time? Mexico is Mexico City. Perfect. That is where I am. And when will be finishing the permission? Maybe next week. In a week. At this time. Okay, you can change it. Perfect. You can implement a filter by IP addresses, of course. You say, no, I only want this IP address because it is for my computers in my company to be able to read these files, okay? And also HTTPS only or HTTP2. Then what? Then you generate the token. And right here you will have a URL and a token to use. The token to use in applications and the URL to use by a person, to use by something, okay? So what happens if I just copy this URL. I open a private window, because if I use the account that has the administrator permissions, okay, we may see it even if we don't want to, and paste. Can you see it? I mean, it is the same text that the file has. Perfect. This is how it works. Now, guys, a question for you. I won't explain it because it is part for tomorrow. What would you do, guys, to remove these permissions? It is a question for you guys. If you don't know, don't worry, we will answer it tomorrow. I mean, what happens if I say, no, I'm wrong, I made a mistake, wasn't Aranza, was Anna. Anna was the one that was supposed to have the permission, but I gave the permission in the URL to Aranza. What can I do? How can I remove these permissions? Okay, because if you come here, okay, it was created. What can I do if I close it? Close. Okay, where is it? I mean, I cannot find it. Well, that is the question, guys, for you as homework. What can I do to remove a shared access signature? Don't worry, guys, we will explain it tomorrow. Let's continue, okay? Okay, we'll finish the practice. Now, the life cycle. What is the life cycle, guys? The life cycle is, do you think that it is fair that a resource will that resource has the same cost or the same billing than another resource that is not frequently accessed? I mean, you have an image right here, okay? You uploaded an image. A poster from the last movie, the Black Panther and Amor. We know that that movie is really popular right now, right? Yes, of course. It is Disney, it is Marvel, and it is a really good movie. So all the information about Black Panther is receiving millions of tweets, millions of posts on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. So a lot of information is being accessed and taken from the servers to display in the different systems. Do you think it's fair to have the same cost in an image that is accessed maybe twice a week? Maybe, I don't know, what movie wasn't really good or old? Maybe, well, here in Mexico, there was one that was called, I don't remember the name, okay? Let's assume old movie. Old movie. It has 10 users per week. 10 users per week. I mean, it's not fair that the people from this movie is paying the same amount of money than the people from Disney, right? No, it is really, really unfair. So what we do is put the information in access tiers. Hot is for frequently accessed data. Cool for less frequently accessed data. And archive for rarely accessed data. Now, if you wonder how many days, how many months, you know, guys, it's impossible. I mean, it's not the same time that for a famous movie than for us that we are individual developers, maybe for companies that do not have this engagement, okay? So you can say, okay, my hot time could be only 2 weeks. But after 2 weeks, please send my image to Cool so that I can save money, okay? Maybe for 3 months. 3 months. And then please send to archive for a year. Finally, after 1 year, please remove. Please remove the image. And that's it, okay? This is the path. It is like videos on YouTube. What happens when a YouTuber, famous YouTuber, uploads a video? At first, it has millions of views, but then it goes down maybe to a couple of hundreds. So that's why we use the access tiers. To handle these, guys, also in the files, can you see it? It says access tier hot. Then it says change tier. And you can take it to the rest, cool or archive, okay? Just consider that if you take one file to archive, to refresh it to cool or to hot in the case that you need it to be accessed frequently again, it will take hours, guys, okay? It is not easy to go from archive to cool or to hot again. You can do it, yes, but it will take time. Just consider that. Now, if you want to do it automatically, I mean, don't change the tier manually. Right here in the storage account pane, we have the life cycle management, okay? I click it. This is it. This is where you can specify the rules, where you can say, okay, in 2 weeks, please change it. If it hasn't modified or accessed in 2 weeks, please modify it and take it to cool. Right here, it is empty, but we are going to set add rule. Okay, right here, rule name. My rule to move from one tier to another one. I really hope that that long name is accepted. Then, what is the scope? Apply to all the blobs, to all the information, or for a specific blobs. Right here, you can limit, guys, okay? Or above everything. That's it. Next. Now, if my blobs, remember, a blob is your information, okay? That is the name that it receives in Azure. Now it says, if it was last time modified in more than the 40 days, well, or 100 days, or whatever name that you wish, okay? 700 days. Then what? Then please move to cool. Okay, another condition. If it was created in 1,000 days, please, I don't know, delete. Well, it's a better option, last modify, yes. Last modify. Or maybe, that's it. With this, already works, okay? Then add. And that's it, guys. In this way, you don't have to be doing the process manually. You save time, and you let Azure to work automatically as we expect from a cloud provider, okay? Because that's one of the points to use cloud information, cloud technologies. Try to avoid the waste of time of people. That's it, guys. Let's continue. You see it? This is the life cycle. You create it, goes from one tier to another one, and when you do not need it anymore, remove. Now, guys, these tiers are only available if you choose a standard. Remember that when we create a storage account, we need to choose a standard or premium. Premium doesn't have these options because premium won't allow latency. It is faster. So premium is always hot, okay? You cannot take it to archive, or you cannot take it to Google, okay? Just remember that. Okay, this is the life cycle. Rehydration. Okay, let me show you. How to rehydrate from archive to cool, okay? What is it? My container. Just let me open it, guys. Here, I will take it, or I will send it to cool. No, to archive, I'm sorry, to archive. This one, right here, change tier, archive, save. Now it is in the access tier archive, guys, okay? Click again. I'm sorry. Click again. Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? Change tier. And cool. Now, guys, read the message. Rehydrating a blob from archive to hot or cool may take several hours, okay? Several hours. You can put high priority, but it still will take some minutes, okay? So, for instance, if I say save, it says rehydrate pending, okay? In some hours, this will be ready, and this will be working again to be accessed frequently, okay? Okay, guys, let's continue. But before continuing, guys, just to remind you something really, really important, that you need to finish the survey, okay? The survey that you can find on this platform at the bottom of your screens. You will have a survey that is important, I don't know, for us that you to finish, okay? So please don't forget it before, well, when we finish this in 10 minutes, we're about to finish the class, we can, you can complete the survey, please, okay? It is important. And what else? Just let me go to Azure. And that's it, guys. Now, before finishing, some of you are asking me about durable functions, guys. Durable function, if I can explain it, I mean, what is the difference between a durable function and a normal function? The time, guys. I mean, durable functions, they are not finished when they have an answer. Normal functions, yes. Okay, that is the only difference. How are they created? I mean, you can create it right here in the same place. You can say create function. Right here, you look for durable. Where is it? No, I don't see it. Durable. Ah, it is the first one. Durable. Then the name is not important. This one. This requires a storage account, guys. So we select one that we have. Maybe the one that we created for this module number 3. This one, can you see it? And that's it. It will be created. Now, guys, durable functions receive this name because they last more time, okay? You can have a normal function that has a maximum execution of 10 minutes. But with last functions, maybe 40 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. Normal functions, when they have an answer, when they finish the code in that functions, that's it. They are restarted. They are finished for the next execution. Durable functions, no, they aren't. What happens if you are trying to read multiple APIs? When you are trying to read APIs, of course, that takes time. If you need to send the result from one function to another one, and then to another one, and then to another one, you have 4 functions being executed together. That's where we use durable functions, okay? Just let me show you how they look, because it is really, really simple to understand how this works when we see an example. But, well, this is still created. It's still being created, okay? Okay. Remember, guys, that if you want to have the full practices, you need to open the official course. Right here. Go to the module number 3. Say full course, guys, because this is made for 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours each day, guys. We have 2 hours only because this is the modality of the way in which Cloud Week works. But of course, we have a lot of information that we do not cover, as you asked for durable functions. Okay, so you can find that right here with all the practices, with all the things, with all the theory. Just let me show you where they are. Right here. Can you see it? Implement durable functions, okay? So if I expand this, I will have some practices, some theory, some explanations. Now, if you want the full course, but for storage accounts, as we just did, right here, we have more practices, okay? For instance, this one, work with Blob storage account. It has an interesting practice, guys. We can read it so that you can know how we solve the practices, or how they look like. Exercise. Create an application and connect it to a storage account. Okay, just let me see if the function, this one, the person that is asking for a durable function, this is how they look. Okay. What do we have? We have a main function, this one. The orchestrator, the ruler, the owner of the rest of the functions, right? And this, what does it do? It calls more functions. It is calling more functions. It is not finishing. I mean, when it reaches this part, it is not finishing. It continues, but with other functions. Where they are, right here, say hello, and it executes this code. Say hello, and it executes this code. You can have as many as you wish, okay? That's it. This is a durable function, guys, okay? And it is used when you require even more power than that you can have using a normal function. Okay, let's come here. Okay, guys, can you see it? This says this lasts 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I'm sorry, but sometimes it improves or it increases to 20. Why? Because we need to install the things, okay? So, yes, you can have the times as a recommendation, but they are not for sure, okay? And it says, well, these are the prerequisites: Visual Studio Code, Net 6, and the C# extension. The C# extension, guys, is right here in the extension section. Okay. Extensions right here. You just need to say C#, and well, you just need to install it. Okay. Guys, another recommendation. I think that you can zoom in the screen. Okay. I mean, I try to zoom in some parts, but in other ones I cannot for the configuration. But I think that you can zoom in when I have participated in the sessions as a user. Well, I was able to zoom in some sections on the screen, okay, so that you can see even better or even bigger. Right here, this is the extension that you need. And then just start working, okay? You create an application and you put code. You can read it. Yes, you can read it if you are a programmer. If not, don't worry, you can copy and paste, and that's it. It should work. Build the full application, and this is the code to create a container. This is the code to upload information, to list information, to download from Azure to our local computers, to delete a container. We use the command, what is that? Container client delete asynchronously, so that we do not want to wait for this process to finish, so in async way, okay? Finally, execute the application, .NET build, .NET run, and see the results. To clean up resources, remember, always clean your resources so that you don't have any extra cost, and that's it. And well, guys, I think that we finished today. We finished with this couple of hours explaining some theory, really hoping that you like it, that you learn something, that this is useful for your jobs, for your future, or for your interest in Microsoft. Right now, what can we do? Just say bye. Remember, in 35 minutes, we have the labs. You can join so that you can work. We will be monitoring you so that, I don't know, you can finish it. If you have a problem, you can tell Jafet, Aranza can help me with this. I'm on exercise number 2, task number 3, step number 6. Can you see my lab? We go to the monitoring section and we help you, okay? And that's how it works. So that's it, guys. Well, you can leave. Have a nice day. Well, have a nice 30 minutes before seeing you again. And well, that's it, guys, okay? Remember that you need to answer the survey at the bottom of the screen. I cannot find Ukraine in the list of countries, okay? Give me a second.